So back in December of last year, I launched an NFT called Black Dave Token. For people who don't know what Black Dave Token is, it's an NFT. There's a 1 million count of how many are available to mint, and it's designed to raise 250 Ethereum total. So it's 0.00025 per Black Dave Token. The idea around Black Dave Token is that I have a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts. I think I can do a lot of really interesting things for Web3, but I don't have the resources to do it. And so Black Dave Token's designed to, be a buffer, I think, between me having to constantly make art to get my ideas out and me being able to make newer and bigger ideas. It's been about 6 months. I've minted around 13,500 or so, a little more than 3 Ethereum in total raised, which is amazing. I created a Telegram channel when I created the token specifically for token holders. It's by far been one of my favorite places to go on the internet and just talk with everyone about really anything. A lot of really smart people who I think are on the same wavelength as I am are in there, and so it's always a really great place for conversation. On top of that, I've been able to spend a bit of time figuring out what my next moves are during the bear market without being so stressed about how I'm gonna make my next dollar, which I think is amazing. I have some cool ideas coming. I mostly want to talk about things that I've learned in the last 6 months of this project, and then things that I want to try to think more about in the next 6 months. I know this is probably too soon for me to just openly talk about a project, but hopefully me talking about my learnings feels less like a shill and more like something you can take with you. When I initially launched Black Dave Token, the idea was just hey, if you think I'm a genius, send me money. If you think I can do things, send me money. If you think this, if I've helped you at all, use this as a tip jar. There have been a handful of people who really believe that I can do something great in the space, and they've bought a handful of tokens. There are people who they hit me up with questions and they say, yo, I'm gonna buy some tokens, or they say, yo, I bought some tokens, can I ask you a few questions? All that's great. I think that's kind of one of the base uses of it. Something I was thinking a lot about when I initially minted it was how I can move from the individual to the organization. I had a cool / interesting conversation with Noise DAO, who hosted me for their high frequency release program. And one of the things that they kind of asked was where's the value drive back to us? And I think high frequency, for instance, is one of those value drives back. I think that buying Black Dave Token is like a symbol of belief in what I'm doing, what I'm about, is huge. And it really inspires me to want to do something great on the other side. And because I had launched it initially with with explicitly not having to give something on the other side, it's a really hard question to answer. I like to think about it as people who look at me as a potential partner, or people who are going to partner with me, being able to sort of pay me through that. I'm really struggling to find that proper middle ground where a DAO wants to buy in, where they might say, we're a music-focused DAO, we believe in what Dave does in music, and hopefully this allows him to build something music-inspired. We are a, DAO focused on education in the space. Hopefully Dave's able to build something useful for everyone if we're able to support him. I haven't found the right way to promote that. I think also a lot of people have bought one, which is amazing, but that's like the price of gas. Thank you guys. And in trying to figure out why people are buying one instead of 10, I think is something that I haven't thought much about. 10 is 0.0025 Ethereum. 2 zeros? I don't know. It's not that much. And so that's been a bit of the struggle, I think, with Black Dave tokens so far. After it kind of slowed down, after the first maybe 2 or 3 months, I decided it'd be cool to make some documentation to help explain to people why they should buy it. So I made the Black Dave Token Strategy Guide, which you can either mint on Zora or just go look at on the Black Dave Token website. Do both, whatever. And in that, I try to explain like why different tiers of organizations would want to get in on it. The reception's been light, but the market's been crazy. I still think Black Dave Token's a good idea and a version of the right idea. I wonder if I need to think about how I can drive value back to the people who invest in it. And if I'm driving value back to them, then I just become an employee of them, and it kind of goes against the point of the whole token. And that's been, I think, my dilemma is, this is sort of designed for me to not be an employee, and designed for me to have the freedom I need to do the things I think I can do. But it doesn't answer the question for the organizations, whether it's a DAO, a marketplace, a new platform, or whatever. So I'm still working on that. I think something else that's interesting, and this is something I'm working on building in general, is like Black Dave token in exchange for my time, which then makes me an employee again, but it feels a bit more like consultation or advising or whatever. That's interesting too. But then all these things become utility, and I think one of the things about utility in Web3 is that it automatically makes you an employee of the buyer, right? Like, I think a lot of people think that when you buy an NFT, you become an employee of the project, but in all reality, the project founder is now your employee, right? Trying to make the most out of the thing that you paid for. And so I'm just trying to figure all that out. I think something else that probably could have been useful for me and helpful was celebrating a lot of the top mentors. Up at the top, there's Rio Cragun, who, despite us really never having a conversation before, he bought in. Jared is that guy. He's, I think, up there. He might have the same amount, if not like a few more tokens than Rio. Iman immediately bought 500, which was amazing. She didn't even think twice about it. For a while, she was at the top. It's been quite a journey. And maybe that's something that I think a few of the collectors would be really excited about. It's really interesting, I think, learning more about collector motivation, thinking about how they just want something that they can sort of show the world, to say, yo, look, I'm supporting this thing, it's a really cool thing, I believe in this thing, or whatever it might be. So I think I need to do a better job of that. Looking into the horizon a bit, I'm working on a bunch of ideas, a bunch of projects. The Telegram chat has been sort of this inadvertent utility where everyone is learning something, everyone's in conversation. We're all able to talk about our personal ideas and our ideas about the space, our ideas about music and crypto and blah, blah, blah. It's been so helpful for me. I'm sure so helpful for everyone. So maybe that is the thing, right? Maybe I do think about what I can give back, how I can drive value back to the token holders. But how do I do that in a way that doesn't overtake me. You know, this isn't, Black Dave Token isn't the project. It's the gas for the vehicle that gets me to the project. And if I spend a bunch of time focused on that, then, you know, where do I end up? You know, your boy's getting old. It's been a while. I don't quite know where I want this to go or end, or how I want you to perceive this video. If you're enjoying this type of shit, Mint Black Dave Token, if you have ideas about what I should do, I'm here, I'm open. If there are things you'd like to see Black Dave Token evolve into, let me know. Yeah, I think, what is it? Like, in the name of transparency, in the name of openness, in the name of, you know, if I share something, it might make someone else better. That's what this video is about. So, I hope this was, you were able to hear it. One of my neighbors is mowing the lawn. My other neighbors are like riding around on go-karts and four-wheelers and shit. I live in the country, so you already know the vibes. Yeah, thank you guys once again. I'll talk to you next time.